I was on my way to Baltimore. It was very late. I got off the interstate. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I pulled up to a red light. This is the condensed version. I got to the red light. There was a girl like walking down the street by herself, wearing like a jacket. It was like really cold out. And you know, I kind of like looked over and I noticed she was like looking at me. So I looked over again and she did this like little wave. And I was like, hey. And then she like ran out to the car. And like a John, you know, I rolled down the window. And she, you know, she bends over like what she was. And she was like, hey. And I'm like, do you need anything? And she's like, oh, yeah. Can I
be asking you that?
Yeah. She's like, can I get a ride up to 7-Eleven? I'm like, sure, get in.
He comes from a family that picks up hitchhikers.
Yeah, my family, we pick people up, you know, that's what we do. We let people into our cars. So we were driving, I went down about 2 blocks and then she was like, just started like give me her menu. Right? And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wasting your time, that's not my thing. And she's like, oh, what's your thing? I'm like, actually, none of this. Like, picking up, you know, not using the word, you know, just picking up.
You were not my
right. What's happening right now?
Yeah.
I was like, and to be honest, I'm a little nervous. I was like, I feel like I could do like the open the door, drop, roll thing, you know? She's like, oh no, you don't have to be scared. I'm good people. I'm like, all right. And then she's like, you know, so what were you doing over here, like in this neighborhood? If not that. And I was like, I was looking for cheap hotels, which is what I was doing. And she was like, oh, I know where some cheap hotels are. And I was like, oh yeah,
really?
Hourly rates.
And at that moment, I realized I was going to be telling this story over and over again, which I do. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make this worth it, you know? This story's it has to be good. So that says the naval says, and then I went to, I was like, well, I need to grab something to eat, you know, is there like a place to eat like 24 hours here, you know, I'll get you something, you know, like Pretty Woman. And so we went to Dunkin' Donuts, and then she was like, I'll show you where the hotels are. So she showed me where the hotels were. She said, you can go and stay in that one, they got cable. I'm like, alright. She said, don't go to that one one's skanky. I took her word for it. Then I went to, she showed me where an ATM machine was so I could get out some cash. And I was like, you know, I wanted a souvenir. And that wasn't AIDS. And I was like,
what do you mean you wanted a souvenir?
I wanted something to prove that tonight happened, right?
One pump.
Yeah. So I just,
with a foot in it.
Yeah. Just give me one of your shoes. So $30 for one of those shoes. No, so we were talking like, I was like talking about her career decision and like, you know, like other things she might be interested in doing. Yeah, I couldn't go wrong. And she wasn't gonna get like a worse job. So yeah, I was talking to her at school, and it kind of came down to art. And I was like, oh, that's what I do. You know, I illustrate and stuff. And she was like, oh, I love drawing. I was like, well, hey, how much money were you trying to make tonight? And she said $15.
Which made you sad.
Yeah, that made me sad. So we had the sex.
Stop.
So instead of having the sex, no, I had a sketchbook, and I was like, well, if you'll draw me something in my sketchbook, you know, I'll give you $15 for that, and then I can drop you off at home, and you'll be done tonight. And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. I was like, okay, cool. I don't have a pen. And she's like, I have eyeliner. Yes, that's awesome. That's even better. So I gave her my sketchbook, and we parked out in front of her row home, and she drew like a big picture for me. Signed it.
A rose with thorns.
Drew me a rose with thorns. And she signed first and last name. Yeah, thank you. I gave her like $15 and she went away. And I drove like 30 minutes before I got a hotel.
Yeah.
Went far. So anyway, a couple days ago, I was like, you know, looking at that picture that's still hanging on my wall.
Yes.
And I was like,
It's on our wall.
I'm gonna look her name up on Facebook. And she's on there. She's a real live person,
But it's
still
good to know
alive.
that she's alright.
Yeah.
That she's awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, the moral of the story is, you pick up prostitutes.